Good morning. Today is Wednesday, August the 19th, and the lesson that we are going to be working on today is lesson 8, I believe. So, yes, we will be working on lesson 8, the lottery tradition and society. So, today, what we're actually going to do is because we're actually a step ahead. In yesterday's assignment, I asked you all to finish reading the lottery. So, today, you're already a step ahead. A step ahead. You do not have to finish reading it because you have already read it. So, what we are going to do today is we are going to write about the central idea of the text. So, in order to do this, you're going to need an annotated copy of the lottery after reading handout, and your annotation supplies, which were already provided for you. So, as I said, we have already finished reading the text. So, what I would ask you to do is to go back and reread the lottery. That will help you a lot with this assignment. So, the activity for today, what you're going to do is you're going to complete the direct note taking chart, which is on page 2 of the lottery after reading handout. Remember, on yesterday, you did the first question on the after reading handout, which asks you to talk about the traditions of the lottery. So, today we're going to take it a step further, and what you're actually going to do is you're going to complete the direct note taking chart, which is on page 2. I'm going to show you what this looks like. So, this is the page that I am talking about. And it says, read the lottery again, which is what I just asked you to do, and pay attention to the details that answer the questions below. There are only 5 spaces, so make sure to only include the most important details. Note the paragraph number, the quotation, and whether the detail focus on the fidelity to the tradition or change to the tradition. So, what I am going to do is I am going to put both screens up so that I can look at 2 documents at one time. So, I am going to pull up my annotated copy of the lottery, which you all should have from yesterday. You should have your annotated copy, and on that, you should have annotations. You should have annotated about the setting. So, obviously, everyone's is going to look a little different because we all highlighted different things. So, but we all should have highlights that show us and tell us about the setting, and we all should have highlights that tell us about the traditions of the lottery and the characters' perspectives of the lottery. So today we're going to focus on those traditions. So what it asks us to do is it asks us to list some of the traditions of the lottery. So in the text, I'm going to go because you should have already highlighted some of these traditions. This should be very simple for you. All you should be doing is literally maybe copying and pasting into there and then adding onto there and marking the correct check in the box here in those 2 columns. Simple. So this assignment today is not very hard. It's not very difficult, and it shouldn't take you that long, which will be great so that you can catch up on some things that you're missing or kind of get ahead. So it says what we're supposed to be doing is we are supposed to be telling what aspects of the lottery have remained true to tradition or changed over time. So one of the first things that Shirley Jackson says when she opens up the lottery is she said that it is the morning of June 27th. But June 27th doesn't really mean anything unless you continue to read. It says that in some towns there were so many people that the lottery took 2 days, so it had to be started on June 25th. So this leads me to believe that a tradition of the lottery is for it to be held every day on the 27th. So the lottery is held every day on the 27th. So over here, I would type what paragraph does that come from? That's the first paragraph. What aspect has changed or remained the same over time? So the lottery let's type here. The lottery is on June 27th. Has this remained true to tradition or has this changed over time? Obviously, this is traditional for it to be held on the 27th. So I'm going to mark an X or a check mark or whatever in that box right there. I'm also going to make my font a little bigger so that everyone can see. So that is what you are doing for this assignment. So you have a total of 5 boxes. I have already given you one example, so everyone should have this written on their paper. So what you are going to do is you're going to go and find 4 more important aspects of the lottery. Make sure that you are only picking out the most important things. Don't go and pick out something like it happens during the summer. Okay, we know it's June the 27th, so we know it's happening during the summer. So don't go and put silly things in there like that. Think about some of the more important attributes, like when they go on to talk about the tradition of the lottery, maybe when they go on to talk about the black box, things like that, things that are actually important to the lottery. So that is what you're going to do for this assignment. You are going to complete this chart 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 more examples that you should be completing. But that is not all that you have to do for this assignment. So, moving on, let's open up the screen. So after we've done that part and we've completed the direct note taking chart, you're going to fill in those 4 boxes that remain. What you are going to do is you are going to complete the after reading section of your handout. So this is the same exact handout. This is the same exact document that you have been working on. I'm going to show you what it is that I'm talking about so that there is no confusion. Let's go to English 1, classwork. We are focusing on the lottery. That was definitely not what I was trying to click on. So after you finish that chart, what you're going to be required to do is you are going to complete this section, the revised response. So after you have finished reading the lottery and after you have done the activity that I just showed you, the direct note taking, where you're telling me about aspects that have changed or remained true, what you're going to do is you are going to look at your response from yesterday's assignment. And you're going to tell me, now that you've actually done the assignment, you see some of the traditions and how they have remained the same or changed over time. What you're going to do is you are going to give me your response to this focus question that says, according to the text, how do tradition influence the villagers' behaviors? So now you're going to give me your revised answer. So that means your answer from yesterday and your answer for today should look very differently. So using what you know, your annotated guide, your direct note taking, and your reread with your annotations, you are going to give me a revised response to the focus question. And that will complete the assignment for today.